Mariotsu is standing by. Mari, President Trump saying the United States operation against Iran projected to last 4 weeks, and the president laying out the operation's 4 objectives. Now, as the nation now mourns 6 U.S. service members killed in Operation Epic Fury, what can you tell us from the White House tonight?
Hey, Steve. Good evening. Yeah, President Trump said that they were projecting 4 to 5 weeks for these strikes on Iran, but they also have the capacity to go much longer than that. And he's saying that at an East Room event this morning, where he's honoring 3 U.S. servicemen with the Congressional Medal of Honor, 2 of them posthumously. And Steve, many of those present in the room, families, loved ones, are very aware of the cost of war, especially in the wake of learning that, yes, 6 servicemen are now dead in Operation Epic Fury. The White House, though, is saying that this is not a forever war, and President Trump is laying out his 4 objectives for this mission. Take a look.
Our objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis. Second, we're annihilating their Navy. Third, we're ensuring that the world's #1 sponsor of terror can never obtain a nuclear weapon. And finally, we're ensuring that the Iranian regime cannot continue to arm, fund, and direct terrorist armies outside of their borders.
President Trump also pushing for new leadership in Iran, telling ABC the U.S. had identified possible candidates, but they were all killed in the initial attack.
We also projected 4 weeks to terminate the military leadership, and as you know, that was done in about an hour.
And as for the death of the Ayatollah, President Trump telling ABC, quote, "I got him before he got me. They tried twice. Well, I got him first." Iran has been threatening to assassinate President Trump since 2020 in response to the killing of Soleimani, the Department of Justice bringing charges in an Iranian murder-for-hire plot to assassinate him in 2024. Meanwhile, the White House honoring the U.S. servicemen killed in the operation, vowing to avenge their deaths.
My heartfelt condolences to the families who have lost their heroes, who sacrificed their lives for freedom. Their bravery and dedication will always be remembered.
Today, we grieve for the 4 heroic American service members who have been killed in action and send our love and support to their families. In their memory, we continue this mission with ferocious, unyielding resolve to crush the threat this terrorist regime poses to the American people.
May we prosecute the remainder of this operation in a manner that honors them. No apologies, no hesitation, epic fury for them and the thousands of Americans before them, taken too soon by Iranian radicals.
The administration also pushing back against the narrative that this is a forever war. That comes as some lawmakers prepare to force a vote on a war powers resolution this week aimed at limiting U.S. military action in Iran.
President Trump has also been clear about your fate in either direction. To the media outlets and political left screaming endless wars, stop. This is not Iraq. This is not endless. This is the opposite. This operation is a clear, devastating, decisive mission. Destroy the missile threat, destroy the Navy, no nukes.
Bolstering its case, the White House releasing a partial record of what it calls Iran's decades-long campaign against Americans, from the 1979 hostage crisis in Tehran to the 1983 Marine barracks bombing in Beirut. The list also cites the 1996 Khobar Towers attack, hundreds of U.S. troop deaths in Iraq linked to Iran-backed militias, and more recent rocket and drone strikes on U.S. forces in the region.
Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America and death from Israel. This is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change, and the world is better off for it.
There absolutely was an imminent threat. If we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them, they hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths. We went proactively in a defensive way to prevent them from inflicting higher damage. Had we not done so, there would have been hearings on Capitol Hill about how we knew that this was going to happen, and we didn't act preemptively to prevent more casualties and more loss of life.
Meanwhile, Steve, President Trump and the Pentagon are continuing to urge the Iranian people to take this opportunity, to take advantage of it, to take back their country and their government. Back to you.
NTD's Mariotsu live from the White House. Thank you, Mari.